Member of Parliament, Tamale Central. Thank you very much for your time. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Senator. How are you?
I am doing one. Alhaji, I hope you are too.
I'm fine.
And of course, we are getting close to 69 years of independence. That's tomorrow.
Yes.
This morning, we are asking people what makes you proud to be Ghanaian. Alhaji, if I may ask, what makes you proud to be Ghanaian?
That I'm a Ghanaian.
Yes.
I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. That I am a Ghanaian.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're proud that you are a Ghanaian.
A Ghanaian.
Being Ghanaian alone, is it?
It makes me proud.
Why?
Well, before 5th of March 1957, I was a Gold Coaster. So I was not an independent person. Okay, I was a subject of the British Empire. Okay, my rights were limited. I was subject to exploitation. And so that's why Nkrumah said that we are prepared to be free with in dignity than rich in servitude. So clearly, the fact that I'm a Ghanaian means that once upon a time I was not a Ghanaian, and now I'm a Ghanaian. Makes me proud. That's my identity. Not a Gold Coaster. Not a West African citizen. I'm a Ghanaian.
So the identity is where the pride comes from.
Yes, the identity. With full rights. Can you imagine? Ghanaian with full rights. So I don't take that for granted.
Anyway, let me, and I'm sure you've been observing proceedings as far as this matter of the minority leader being referred to the Privileges Committee. In fact, he's perhaps the minority leader who has had the most references to the Privileges Committee in recent times. But in this particular case, do you think perhaps there are those who say the Interior Minister was perhaps killing a fly with a sledgehammer? Do you agree with those who hold that opinion, that perhaps it's a matter that could have been let slide?
Oh, it is not that he defamed the Interior Minister. He scandalized Parliament. His conduct was in contempt of Parliament. That's what people don't get. The fact that the Interior Minister has been hurt is only incidental to the contemptuous behavior of Afenyo Markins in Parliament. He peddled a falsehood in Parliament and scandalized Parliament. The sanctity of Parliament was bruised by him uttering statements which are false, intended to mislead Parliament and by extension the people of this country. That's the contemptuous behavior. It's not defamation, it's contempt. So I'm even surprised that they allowed him to come to apologize to Muntaka. I'm really surprised. If anything at all, he had to appear before the Privileges Committee, and if the Privileges Committee accepted that he did it with that malice, then they recommend that he comes to apologize to Parliament for bringing the image of Parliament into disrepute, because he uttered a false statement in Parliament.
So for you, this is not about, you're saying that, what do you call it? Impugning the image of the Interior Minister.
I said he scandalized an institution.
Okay.
And that institution is Parliament.
Okay.
And contempt of Parliament is not contempt of a member of Parliament.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay. So the fact that a falsehood alone was altered, you say amounts to scandalizing Parliament.
Yes, the rules are very clear. You can't mislead Parliament on the basis of uttering a false statement in Parliament because of the sanctity of Parliament. You can do that. And it's in the rules. And when you do that, that conduct is contemptuous of Parliament. Not contemptuous of the individual. It's contemptuous of Parliament. So you commit, and when you appear before the Privileges Committee and you are found to have uttered those statements intentionally with an intention to injure Parliament and mislead Parliament, then they will find you in contempt of Parliament. They might rebuke you and ask you to apologize to Parliament. They might sanction you by suspending you from Parliament for a number of days. They might even say that your offense is so grievous that you should be expelled from Parliament.
So the decision as to what should have happened should have been left to the Privileges Committee.
Yes. Immediately they refer his conduct to the Privileges Committee. My view is that the Speaker was functus officio. That is a decision consequent upon a motion moved on the floor of Parliament to refer his conduct to the Privileges Committee. So immediately the Speaker announced that the conduct has been referred to the Privileges Committee, he was functus officio. The only way that he could reverse his decision was for a substantive motion to be brought challenging that decision or not founded on the rule of Parliament. But if it is founded on the rule of Parliament, then you cannot even challenge the decision. You have to wait until the process is through. And the Privileges Committee will bring a report to Parliament for Parliament to debate on discuss same and a decision taken. That's what we call the rule of law, not so.
Are you suggesting that his U-turn should have been completely rejected?
I'm saying that there is no basis, there's no legal basis for what he did yesterday in the rules, by the rules of Parliament. It's not in accordance with parliamentary practice. But of course, Parliament is a matter of its own rules. So they decided that they will allow him to do those things. But by the established rules of Parliament contained in the standing orders of Parliament, what he did is not known.
And I'm guessing what the Speaker also did is not consistent with the standing orders. But you say Parliament is a master of its own business.
But Parliament is a master of its own rules.
Because that's interesting. Essentially, if they do not follow the rules in dealing with this matter, it means that the next time you can come and say another thing. Come and retract and apologize the next day.
I have a very low opinion of Afenyo Markins.
A low opinion of him?
Yes.
Has that always been the case?
Back to my days in Parliament, I'm one of the first members of Parliament who got up to refer his conduct to the Privileges Committee. Around 2015, 2016, because he peddled falsehood, clear falsehood in Parliament. And I thought that was in contempt of Parliament.
Oh, so this is not new for you, that this is consistent with his pattern of behavior.
The process did not go through because the Speaker then said, no, we should find a way to. So he did not refer the conduct to the Privileges Committee. But I'm one of the first who got up and drew the attention of the House that what he did then was contemptuous of Parliament because he was misleading the House. And he was doing that deliberately. If you go to the standing orders and research, I think 2015 or two also.
But that's 2015, 2016. Are you saying since then he hasn't redeemed himself?
Oh, but he's been behaving in that way. How can Parliament pass a resolution removing you from the ECOWAS committee? Parliament, representing the people of Ghana, pass a resolution constituting members of the House of Parliament of Ghana who will represent Ghana in the ECOWAS Parliament. Then you treat that resolution with contempt. Again, that is scandalous of Parliament. That's scandalous of Parliament.
But he's a minority leader too.
What is not minority leader? You must be a member of Parliament first before you become minority leader. And that's why the rules of Parliament doesn't say the minority leader or the majority leader. It says a member of Parliament. Scandalizes Parliament, will be in contempt of Parliament if he does the following things. It is not, there's no discrimination about on leadership and then other members of Parliament. No, a member of Parliament.
I see. Your what you talk about you attempting to get him referred to the Privileges Committee, that failed. And the subsequent things that have followed has led to opinions like this. Now, this is Elulu Mensah. Senator, good morning. Why should there be an issue with Afenyo's behavior? Parliament is corrupt. Have they ever disciplined any member? There's a feeling always that when you say this matter of we are referring to the Privileges Committee, it's something that makes the Ghanaians smile because we don't believe that it will go anywhere.
No, but that is the rules of Parliament. Again, so there must be a legal rational basis for everything that you do in Parliament. And I'm speaking on that basis. That's Parliament. So the Parliament says, and it is only apart from the business, the financial committee of finance, there's only a committee that is mentioned in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana is the Privileges Committee. So it's a very important committee in the work of Parliament. It's a very important committee. That is why, under Article 97 or so, if a member of Parliament absents himself for a certain number of days without excuse from the Speaker and without a reasonable excuse, not to any committee, but to the Privileges Committee, because that committee regulates the conduct of members of Parliament. So it's a very important committee.
I understand that. But are you, if it comes to Parliament's own record, when it comes to disciplining its members, enforcing discipline in the House, do you think that record is something to be proud of?
Well, I don't think so. But that is the committee, that is the proper committee to refer the conduct of a member of Parliament to. So there are two things. So they ask you, if a member of Parliament misbehaves, conducts himself in a way that is contemptuous of Parliament, to which committee do you refer that conduct? The answer is you refer it to the Privileges Committee. But whether the Privileges Committee is effective and efficient in the performance of its functions is another matter. And I agree. So I just cited Article 97(1)(f) or so, when I said that a member of Parliament who absents himself for a number of days without reasonable excuse from Parliament might lose a seat if the Privileges Committee thinks so. Then we are confronted with the issue of Afenyo Markins, who left without the Speaker's permission and absented herself from Parliament for more than 21 sitting days. Clear case. Parliament failed to take a decision.
I see. Well, but thank you. So this was not a conclusion we're expecting.
No. I expected, to be honest with you, when I heard that they had referred his conduct to the Privileges Committee, I expected the process will go through, because that is consistent with the rule of law. Certainty and predictability.
And let me conclude then by asking you, there were private conversations I've had with you, so I can't talk about it, but one of the things I remember you saying vividly is about what you do at every phase of your life, when you move from one stage to another, how you plan your life.
Life is in chapters.
Ghana is 69.
Yes.
We'll turn 70 next year.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Ghana should be pursuing from 70 upwards?
Well, you see, maybe from tomorrow, not 70 upwards.
From
Tomorrow
tomorrow.
when we celebrate our independence, the president should be telling us how we will take steps to transform ourselves. We have or consolidate the gains that we are making and transform the gains into further expedited development. Because yes, 60 years ago or 69 years ago, we were just a newly independent country. So all our resources were in the hands of our colonizers. 69 years ago, we took control of our own destiny. Albeit, we were not a republic, okay? And then, 1st June 1960, 3 years after independence, we were a republic. Now, the republic simply means that we were now masters of our own destiny. The Queen of Britain was no longer the head of state of the Republic of Ghana. And so we took charge of our own affairs. Yes, there have been development, but it has been slow. Those countries that got independence with us at the same time, especially in the Asia, have developed in leaps and bounds. At the time that we got independence, Ghana was richer in terms of resources and human resource probably than some of the Asian tigers. But we have not, you will agree with me, developed at the level and with the speed that the Asian tigers have developed. What accounts for that, I don't know. But we need to take our own country seriously and the way we want to develop our country seriously. We are fortunate that the second coming of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is resetting the act of governance, and the indicators appear positive. Can we consolidate it? We have to. We have no choice. After consolidation, what happens? Transformation. Ride on the indicators to be able to propel this country towards a more inclusive growth and ensure that poverty is reduced and mitigated in this country. That our educational system becomes fit for purpose. That no one will go to the hospital and die because of a no-birth syndrome. That our roads will be good and that the vehicles will not crash because of bad roads and their attempts to dodge potholes. These are the things that we must be looking at to making lives meaningful for the ordinary Ghanaian. And so I hope now that we are turning 7 scores and 10, 3 scores and 10, we will re-examine our lives, look at the present situation in which we are, and catalyze the stability that we are enjoying into growth and prosperity.
And then I'm guessing President Mahama's big push agenda is on the right track.
And that's what I'm saying, all those things, because now big push. Why big push? Big push is a recognition that some of our rules, we need to do infrastructure. Because 69 years, we are still talking about big push. Means that we have an infrastructure deficit, and we have to fix it. And we have to fix it by a deliberate, intentional policy. And that's why there's a big push.
Thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us this morning. Always a pleasure talking to Alhaji Inusah Fuseini, who is former Member of Parliament for Tamale Central. Join us on the line. And this is a matter that a lot of you are commenting on Facebook. Nilate says, Afenyo Markins is a lawmaker who should have known better. But he continues